So everyone's talking about those people who are leaving Milwaukee or Chicago. But where are they going, Chad?
Well, a lot of them are coming right here to Kenosha, and we love to have them because we're so friendly here.
So spoiler, a lot of the growing numbers that are landing in Kenosha are not just Illinois people. What?
Where are they all coming from?
We will just have to see in this video.
We're talking about it right here in this video, so stay tuned. You'll be surprised.
So we're Chad and Aalia Scott. We're your Kenosha real estate experts. We help buyers, relocators, investors, and first-time home buyers every week, just like you.
And sellers. Don't forget sellers.
Sellers, too.
You can call or text us anytime at 262-331-1621 or grab one of our free guides down here in the description of the video. We're happy to help anytime that you need us.
So the number one source of relocators are coming from Illinois. And the reason why, at least one of the reasons why, is the taxes. Illinois is becoming so expensive to live that you're actually selling your firstborn in order to save your home. Not really, but it
seems like it.
Yes, in ways, yes. They are moving from Illinois to Kenosha because of the lower taxes, the slower pace in life, and it's a lot more affordable to live up here. And that was one of the reasons why we moved from Illinois to Wisconsin.
You can get a lot more house here in Kenosha County and Racine County than you can down in Illinois. We're seeing people in Illinois move from Cook County, Lake County, and McHenry County up here to Wisconsin, to the Kenosha area. They move up here for the jobs, for the slower pace of life, like Aalia said. Mm-hmm. And just because Wisconsin's just better than Illinois. Who doesn't love Wisconsin over Illinois? And one of the main facts that people are moving up here is, I recently saw an article that Illinois is trying to pass a mileage tax down in Illinois. They want to force people to put a device in their car that tracks how many miles you're driving and then tax you on how many miles you're driving. Crazy stuff.
So the other location is from Milwaukee. Some of our buyers want the quieter and like Chad said, the slower pace in life. I mean, granted, Milwaukee is a lot better than Illinois for sure. However, it's more of a city feel, more hustle and bustle type of environment that most people don't want anymore. They moved to Kenosha because we are smaller and love staying in the southeast Wisconsin, especially because we are smack dab in the middle between those two big cities.
We see a lot of people move down here from Milwaukee that still work in Milwaukee, so they don't want to move too far away from the Milwaukee area, but they have families, growing families, and they just want that slower pace of life. So they still want to stay close to Milwaukee, closer to their job. That's not too far away, because Kenosha is only a 30, maybe 45-minute drive to Milwaukee. If you move to Racine, it's even a little bit closer. So you're still close to your job, but you're slowing down in your pace of life, and you're still getting a nice sized house compared to the Milwaukee area.
They're moving to Kenosha from Milwaukee because of the fact that they're looking to move towards school districts that are beneficial or a little bit more, a lot more better than what Milwaukee has to offer. Granted, all school districts are just limited because of their funding. However, Kenosha is a lot easier and a lot more accessible to get the education for your children a lot better, quicker as well. There is a lot less competition than Milwaukee suburbs. So let's talk about that, Chad.
So as you all know, we're definitely still in a seller's market here in the Kenosha Racine area, even in July of 2025, even though the market's cooling down a little bit. But the market in the Milwaukee area is a lot hotter than we are in the Kenosha area. Like, we're seeing houses sell even faster, even more over asking price in the Milwaukee area than we are here in the Kenosha area. So if you want an even red hotter seller's market, go to the Milwaukee area. It's even crazier up there than we are here in the Kenosha area.
Let's talk about where we're talking about the slower pace of life. It is so slow that I am falling asleep right now.
Let's get her some caffeine after this video.
Mm-hmm. So another surprising relocator are coming from California, Texas, and Florida. They're coming and seeking more of investment properties or their second home to escape those heats or wildfires from California. So they become snowbirds. And snowbirds, what are snowbirds, Chad?
So it's kind of like our next door neighbors here. I mean, our neighbors now have gotten older. They don't go to Florida anymore during the wintertime. But snowbirds, they have a house in like Florida, for instance, where they go to during the winter. Our neighbors, they used to go down to Florida in November-ish, usually after Thanksgiving. And they would spend the winter months, usually November through February-ish, March. They would come back up here during the spring and spend the summer up here in Wisconsin during their spring and summer. Because they absolutely loved our spring and summers, because you can't beat the Midwest summers. Our summers are fantastic. They're wonderful. They're beautiful. They're not nearly as hot as the Florida and California summers. They're a little bit humid, but not nearly as humid as Florida.
And we don't have random creatures coming up and climbing up on your walls in your home.
Or iguanas just dropping from the trees randomly.
Or your pet alligator just wanted to say hello.
That's right. Definitely don't want that.
The highlight of Kenosha is also the lake access. It's actually pretty close for majority of Kenosha County. 15 minutes tops to drive in Kenosha County. If you want to go further west of the I-94 or the interstate, that is going to take you about 20 minutes, but still doable. And the traffic is quite a bit less than any other places that we mentioned before.
And you know, there's a lot of interior lakes if you go west of the I. Like there's Twin Lakes, there's Boner's Lake, there's
Paddock Lake.
Paddock Lake, yep. There's a lot of the smaller interior lakes if you go west of the I. And we see a lot of people moving to Kenosha and southeast Wisconsin that work remotely. They don't have to go into the office every single day, or maybe not even at all. They work completely remotely from their home, from their couch. They just log in every single day and they work completely remotely. So they want to live somewhere that's a little quieter, a little nicer. Just enjoy our slower pace of life, our Wisconsin lifestyle, our cheese curds, our Culvers.
So we talked about national relocators that are coming into Kenosha. Let's talk about a local move, meaning that a person from Pleasant Prairie moving to Kenosha, and our like Racine or Burlington counties, they're moving to Kenosha. They might be moving here because of maybe the school access. Again, they didn't like the fact that their schools aren't the greatest. It is up to everyone's taste and accessibility of the schools, and maybe they didn't find their kid flourishing there. So they decided to up and move into Kenosha and actually find that the kid is flourishing a lot easier and better with socially and academically in the Kenosha schools. The walkability with a lot of the neighborhood schools that we have here in Kenosha actually helps with people who are working from home. Even though you may work from home, your employer might have some stringent requirements that you must log in, and you can't really leave your computer for 2 hours to come in and go and pick up your kid.
You know, we see this a lot, actually. We see a lot of our buyers that are saying, we want to move to the Kenosha area because our kids just aren't flourishing, like Aalia said, in the Racine School District or the Burlington School District. We want to move them to the Kenosha School District, or even maybe out west to like the county school district, like the Wilmot School District or the Twin Lakes School District. Because we hear those school districts are better for kids, for whatever our kids' needs may be. We want to try those school districts as opposed to like the Racine School District or the MPS School District. We want to try a school district that's a little closer to the Illinois border, and just try that out because we think our kids will flourish there a little bit more. Or maybe vice versa even. You never know. Exactly.
And maybe even the lake. I don't believe Racine has lakes up there, correct?
They do. They have lakes in the county and stuff.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that's right. I always think small and it's always big. So, I mean, I apparently am a guy like that. So.
Make sure to put up a little bump in the video there for you.
Exactly. And then some move within Kenosha to be closer to the lake. A lake, just walking by the lake is very calming for your soul. I'm all about grounding yourself in nature and trying to take that time for yourself, for your loved ones, or just be and enjoy friends. The new developments are actually trying to happen more often, almost every year in Kenosha. As we spoke in a previous video about the restoration project that Kenosha has, what different communities are here in Kenosha.
That's one of our favorite things to do, actually, on a nice summer day or a spring day, is go down by the lake, because it's usually 5, maybe 10 degrees cooler by the lake. Is just go downtown Kenosha, or maybe in Carroll Beach in Pleasant Prairie, and just walk along the lake for, a half hour, an hour. Get Aalia away from her TV, put her phone in the car, just leave it in the car.
Yep.
Get her away from her technology and just enjoy nature for a little while.
And having her touch grass for once.
Yeah. It's a struggle to get her away from the house because, she really loves her technology, but I think it's good to get the kids out of the house for a little while and enjoy nature.
So why is Kenosha the target market now?
So you're balancing affordability and proximity to the major markets. So like Kenosha, like Milwaukee and Chicago. So if you work in Milwaukee or Chicago, those are where your jobs are. Kenosha's right smack dab in between, like we've said in several other videos. It's not too far for you to commute to either city if your job is there. If you only commute maybe a couple times a week, like we have some friends that work remotely 3 or 4 days a week, and they have to commute to their job a couple days a week. And they live here in Kenosha. It's a really easy commute for them. Our one friend, she lives here in Kenosha, and she has to go to her job, and it's not Chicago, it's one of the suburbs.
Deerfield.
It's like a 40-minute commute for her. But it's not that bad, it's kind of annoying to have to drive that far. But if she lived in Milwaukee, it'd be an even further drive than it is here in Kenosha. And
we're closer to the interstate, so she can just hop onto that interstate for a faster drive. Granted, traffic dependent.
Exactly.
It is a very quicker way to get to your destinations.
You never know what that Chicago traffic is going to do from hour to hour, so.
Exactly. Kenosha actually offers a lot of family-friendly amenities, almost like small businesses. Let's talk about one of the businesses that I know I've been here for so long. We acknowledged it, the Spring Tenutas. Oh my goodness, that shop has the best cannolis, the best Polish sausages, especially during the summer. They have a walk-up window where you can buy homemade, fresh Polish sausage right there.
Well, it's their grill during the summer. You go there, you order your food, and you can sit down and eat it or take it home and eat it.
And you're always being welcomed, just like your family, every time you walk into that shop. And it's the best feeling to have, especially, and we have that a lot here in Kenosha.
Tenutas is definitely a Kenosha staple. If you've never been to Tenutas and you live here in Kenosha, you are definitely missing out. You have to go try it. It's right on 158 and close to 39th Avenue in that general area there. So inventory here in the Kenosha area, inventory is still tight. As we wind down in July, as we get into August of 2025, inventory is definitely still tight, but we're starting to see more inventory pick up in the Kenosha area, and it still supports long-term value. If you buy a house, we're still seeing home values appreciate year over year. This isn't 2008 where your home value is going down every year. Your home value still continues to go up. We don't see any signs that the market's going to plummet or anything like that. If you buy a house now, you should still see your home value appreciating in the next 3 to 5 years or 7 years, however long you plan on owning that home. You should still be able to sell it for more than you bought it for without any issues at all. So don't worry about buying a house and worry about the value going down at all. We don't see that happening anytime soon.
So we talked about the best parts of Kenosha and why people are moving here. But relocators need to actually watch out for these, because sometimes these people, these relocators, mistake Kenosha as being just like home. However, there are some surprises that districts actually, the districts or the Kenosha County actually has. Talk about zoning. What kind of zoning does Kenosha have? And it's always a surprise.
So, zoning is just like every city. You have your residential zoning, your commercial zoning, your business zoning. Generally, if you're buying a house, it's going to be zoned residential. But every now and then you run into that weird house that's zoned business and residential at the same time. It just means that you could run a business out of it without having to have it rezoned. But it also means that anytime the city can come in there and say, hey, we're going to completely rezone this as just business. You can't live in the house anymore because it's just going to be a completely business zone now. So you have to go about find yourself a new house to live in, and you can either keep the house and run a business out of it, or sell it to a business. That is a risk that you take. We don't see that very often here in the Kenosha area. There are very few houses that are zoned business and residential, but it has happened before. We do see it every now and then, but it's pretty rare. We see it a little more up in the Racine area, where like the Foxconn Microsoft area is.
Yeah.
We might see that a little bit here in the Kenosha area, like where the Microsoft plans on building their areas. So where that area is up by the interstate, we might see a little bit of that come into play, but we don't see too much of that right now.
School district lines are always changing.
Every single year they seem to change.
I shouldn't say always, but quite often they do change, especially after a federal law gets passed. Boundaries gets changed because of funding or whatnot. We did see a major shift on boundary lines being redrawn last school year. I should know because I teach in the district, so it was causing issues because no one knew where their kid was supposed to go and where their boundary schools were. However, the office staffs at the schools are awesome because of the fact that they get those questions all the time. So by all means, reach out to your local school, ask them, hey, I live here, where do I send my kid?
Where's my boundary school at? They can tell you without a problem, and they don't mind answering those questions. Snow removal. So if snow removal in the wintertime is a big deal to you, you want to know when your street should be plowed or when the major road near you should be plowed. So generally the way that Kenosha, and I believe Racine works too, is that they usually start downtown at the lake, and then they also start at the interstate, and they work their way in. So the center of the city is usually close to the last to be plowed. I don't know why. I think just because they want to keep the business district, so downtown plowed and clear of all the snow, then out by the interstate cleared of all the snow because, travel and all that stuff. So if you live in the middle of the city, kind of where all the houses are, that's usually one of the last areas to be plowed. So just be aware of that.
Whether or not you're moving from Illinois, Milwaukee, or even a state across the country, we've got people reaching out to us to ask for help with their move to Kenosha. And we absolutely love being that local guide to them.
So if you have questions or concerns, reach out to us anytime at 262-331-1621 by call or text, or grab our free location guide down here in the description of the video. We're happy to help whether you're moving now or 10 days or 10 years down the road.
We'd be happy to help you figure out your next move.
So glad that you guys watched this video. Have a fantastic rest of the day, and we'll see you in the next video. So everyone's talking about leaving places like Chicago and Milwaukee. But killing me, Smalls.
Okay.
So everyone's talking about leaving places like Chicago and Milwaukee. But have you ever wondered where they're actually going to? Well, they're landing in places like Kenosha. And I forgot where I'm going to from there.
All right. Whether you're moving from Illinois,
You sound annoyed when you start it.
Whether you're moving from Illinois, Milwaukee, or even a state from across the country, we've got people reaching out to us every week, and we get to help them with their move to Kenosha. And we absolutely love
helping.
Okay, whether you're moving from Illinois, Milwaukee, or even a state across the country, we've got people reaching out to us every week.
Now you sound like a robot.
I know. Okay, I got this.
You want me to try it?
No, I want to do it. Whether you're moving from Illinois, Milwaukee, or even from across this country, we've got people reaching out to us every week. And we love, spoiler alert, they're coming here.
That's not a bad thing.
No.
Oh, you got lost too.
Hey, I liked my intro.
I did too. It was good.
I don't know about the face, but whatever.